Hello everyone and welcome to my BTG CBS update channel. Anita Dupree, the elegant matriarch with her poised grace and quiet strength, has been bustling all morning, determined to make this holiday unforgettable. She's pulled out every stop, elaborate centerpieces, personalized stockings, and a feast that could feed the entire neighborhood. Deep down though, there's a shadow over her efforts. She's carrying the weight of her recent breast cancer diagnosis, a secret she shared only with her husband Vernon and a few close confidants. She's vowed not to burden the family with it until after the holidays, wanting this Christmas to be pure joy. As the first guests arrive, Sharon and Tracy pull up in their sleek car, bundled in stylish coats. Anita greets them at the door with warm hugs, her smile bright but her eyes revealing a flicker of exhaustion. Come in, you two are the first," she says, ushering them into the foyer. Over coffee in the kitchen, away from where the rest of the family will soon gather, Anita confides in them. "I'm not telling anyone about the cancer until after Christmas. This day is for celebration, not worry." Sharon, her old bandmate from the Articulates, nods understandingly, though her expression shows concern. Tracy squeezes Anita's hand supportively. The moment is interrupted as Nicole Dupree Richardson arrives, fashionably late as always, in a stunning red ensemble that turns heads. Nicole, ever the sharp-tongued socialite, can't resist a few pointed remarks toward Sharon. "Well, look who's here early. Spending a lot of time with the family lately, aren't you?" she quips, her tone laced with suspicion from the rumors she's heard about Sharon and her father Vernon's secret meetings. Sharon brushes it off with a polite smile, but the tension lingers. Soon the house fills with laughter and chatter as the rest of the family pours in. Grandchildren running around, Danny and her husband Andre sharing knowing glances, and Vernon, the retired senator with his commanding presence, welcoming everyone with bear hugs. The atmosphere turns merry almost instantly, with holiday music playing softly and glasses clinking with eggnog and champagne. Gifts are piled high under the tree, and the gift-giving begins in earnest. Vernon pulls Anita aside with a mischievous grin. "Now when you open mine, prepare yourself, you're going to cry," he warns teasingly. She unwraps it carefully, revealing a beautifully restored old photo of the two of them from their early days, framed elegantly. Andre had helped restore it secretly. Tears well up in Anita's eyes as she embraces Vernon, the room erupting in awe and applause. It's a hit, capturing the essence of their enduring love. But amid the joy, Nicole can't shake her obsession with the secret she believes her father is hiding. She's convinced there's something improper going on between Vernon and Sharon, fueled by whispers and sightings. Pulling her sister Danny into a quiet corner of the study, Nicole whispers urgently, "We have to tell Mom right now. Whatever Dad's hiding with Sharon, it can't wait. It'll ruin everything." Danny hesitates, torn between loyalty and doubt, but nods reluctantly. "Fine, but let's do it gently." They head toward the living room where Anita is laughing with the grandchildren, ready to spill the beans. Just as they approach, Anita turns with a puzzled smile. "Girls, what's with the serious faces on Christmas?" Nicole opens her mouth to speak, but suddenly, the sound of singing drifts in from the adjoining room. Rich, soulful notes that silence everyone. The family gathers curiously, drawn to the music. There at the grand piano stands Vernon, his voice strong and emotive as he begins "Never Can Say Goodbye," the classic he wrote years ago. Sharon stands nearby, beaming proudly. The revelation hits like a wave of relief and surprise. Sharon hasn't been involved in any scandal. She's been secretly tutoring Vernon in singing, so he could surprise Anita with this performance. The lyrics take on profound meaning, especially now, with Anita's unspoken health battle looming. Vernon locks eyes with his wife across the room, singing directly to her, pouring out his love and unspoken fears. "Never can say goodbye, no, I never can say goodbye." His voice fills the space, emotional and powerful, drawing tears from many in the room. Anita stares back, their gaze a silent exchange of strength and promise, as if drawing courage from each other for the challenges ahead. The family applauds thunderously when he finishes, Sharon stepping forward to explain the lessons with a laugh. Nicole and Danny exchange sheepish looks, the misunderstanding cleared in the most beautiful way possible. The moment binds the family closer, turning potential drama into heartfelt celebration. Meanwhile, across town at the exclusive country club, Leslie Thomas and her daughter Eva share a cozy breakfast overlooking the snow-dusted golf course. The table is laden with mimosas, fresh fruit, and pastries. Eva, glowing with young love, presents her mother with a custom plaque for the front door of Leslie's new mansion, an elegant sign reading the Thomas Estate in gilded letters. "Mom, you deserve this. It's official now," Eva says proudly. Leslie's eyes light up, touched by the gesture. In return, she slides over a velvet box containing sparkling diamond earrings. "For my beautiful girl, to match that shine in your eyes lately." Eva blushes as her phone buzzes with text from Isaiah, her new beau. Leslie notices immediately. "Who's making you grin like that?" "That Isaiah boy? Honey, you're practically glowing. Go bake him cookies? Or be his cookie, whatever you kids do these days," she teases with a wink, urging Eva to seize the moment. Eva takes the advice to heart, meeting Isaiah later at Uptown, a trendy spot in the city. He mentions casually that he swung by earlier to spend some time with his family for the holiday, though the scene fades before we glimpse his elusive mother. The chemistry between them is electric as they chat and laugh, eventually heading back to Eva's place. There, in the privacy of her stylish apartment decorated with subtle holiday touches, they give in to the spark, making out passionately on the couch, clothes rumpling as they get closer, marking a steamy milestone in their budding romance. Leslie, ever the schemer when it comes to her ex-husband Ted Richardson, has her own holiday plans or hopes. Before heading to the Dupree gathering, Ted's daughter Kat stops by his hotel room with a pizza box in hand. She knows her dad's routine all too well. "Dad, you'll be glued to the football games all day, so I brought reinforcements," she says with a grin, setting it down. Ted chuckles appreciatively, pulling her into a hug. Not long after Kat leaves, Leslie arrives at his door, mistletoe dangling playfully from her fingers, dressed to impress in a festive yet seductive outfit. "Teddy Weddy, Merry Christmas. Thought we could ring it in properly," she purrs, leaning in expectantly. But Ted steps back gently, his expression kind but firm. "Leslie, we're going into the new year as friends." Later that night, or perhaps early the next morning, Danny stood on the doorstep of Bill's house, her knuckles hesitating before knocking firmly. The door flew open almost immediately, and Haley appeared, her face twisted in anger. "Get out!" she yelled without preamble, pointing dramatically down the steps. "We don't want you here." Bill emerged from the hallway, drawn by the commotion, his expression weary. "Haley, calm down," he said firmly, then turned to Danny. "Whatever you need to say, you can say it right here in front of her. No secrets." Danny swallowed hard, stepping forward despite the hostility. "It's about our girls," she interrupted quickly, her voice urgent and laced with worry. Bill's face paled slightly, and Haley's glare softened into confusion. With Anita's health crisis already hanging over the family like a dark cloud, this felt like the worst possible timing for yet another blow. Whispers of genetic predispositions flickered in their minds. Could their daughters be at risk for the same type of cancer that was now threatening Anita? The air grew thick with unspoken fears as Danny prepared to explain. Elsewhere, in a shadowed hallway far from the celebrations, Nicole leaned heavily against the cold wall, her body sliding down until she sat on the floor. Sobs racked her frame as she buried her face in her hands, tears streaming unchecked. Whatever that call from her father had been about, it had shattered something inside her, leaving her alone and breaking down in the quiet aftermath of the New Year's joy. The world kept turning, parties raging on, but for Nicole, the night had ended in heartbreak. As the first hours of the new year unfolded across Fairmont Crest, the residents, some favorite, some not so favorite, navigated their own paths through joy and sorrow. Vanessa and Joey danced on, oblivious to the brewing storms, while Madison's awe at Kenny Lattimore's performance lingered like a bright memory. Ted and Shanice's kiss marked a tender beginning, full of possibility, even as Isaiah's words to Eva introduced a new layer of vulnerability to their connection. Leslie's bold move in Joey's backroom set wheels in motion that could upend lives, and the hospital conversation between Anita and Vernon promised painful revelations ahead. Vanessa's casual mention of Nicole's absence at the club hinted at troubles unseen, and Danny's tense confrontation at Bill's house added to the family's mounting worries about health and legacy. Andre's quiet comfort for Danny offered a brief respite, But Nicole's solitary tears painted a picture of isolation amid the collective cheer. In Fairmont Crest, the new year arrived not with uniform hope, but with a tapestry of intertwined fates, kisses and confessions, proposals and breakdowns, all weaving together under the same midnight sky. The contrast between the lavish country club and the cozy neighborhood spots highlighted the divides in their world, yet shared threads of emotion bound them. Joey's public affection for Vanessa was a declaration long overdue, mending old insecurities one dance at a time. Madison's starstruck moment reminded everyone of simple joys that could cut through everyday grind. Ted and Shanice, finally crossing that line with their kiss, stepped into uncharted territory with hearts open. Isaiah's label for Eva forced a reckoning, pushing their casual dynamic toward something defined, scary, and potentially beautiful. Leslie's alliance with Joey whispered of ambition unchecked, dangers lurking for those in their orbit. Anita and Vernon's decision to disclose her illness to the children was an act of love wrapped in dread, prioritizing truth over temporary peace. The ripple effects touched others, Vanessa noting Nicole's disappearance with concern, Danny seeking solace in Andre before facing Bill and Haley, and the ominous question of genetic risks looming over our girls. Nicole's breakdown stood as a stark counterpoint to the celebrations, a reminder that not every new year begins on a high note. Yet amid it all, resilience flickered. Couples like Vanessa and Joey, Ted and Shanice, even Isaiah and Eva in their tentative way, found connection in the turning of the calendar. Friends and family gathered, whether at Uptown's glamorous show or Orphegene's familiar warmth, seeking camaraderie to usher in fresh starts. But shadows persisted. Leslie's scheming, Anita's crisis, Danny's urgent news, Nicole's tears, suggesting that 2026 would test them all. As confetti settled and hangovers loomed, the residents of Fairmont Crest carried forward, some with kisses still tingling on their lips, others with burdens heavy on their hearts, all stepping into whatever the new year held.